Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today's video, we are going to be doing my April wrap up and my May TBR, and it's gonna be interesting. So, April was a successful month, you guys. The statistics are in, and you can see them all here. And boy, did I blow it away with the amount of reading that I've read. Every month it gets higher and higher, and it's kind of crazy to me how much I read in April, but I had less videos. Interesting concept. I'm not sure what happened there, but hey, I love it. We will be in the count does not include books that I DNF'd, so that won't be in the count, but they'll be a part of the statistics anyway. Without further ado, let's jump into the statistics, like I said. All right, so our monthly average rating is our second highest so far this year at 3.9 stars. I'm really excited about that. I've been getting discouraged because I've been reading some mid books and I've been reading some books that were kind of like not good. So I was very worried about my star ratings and like how the ratings were going to be, but that's really cool to know. Our average for the month was 3.9. The total amount of pages that I read in April was 4,201 pages. That is the highest number of pages that I've read so far in a month as well, which again, I don't understand. Computer's not computing to me, but like, hey, it is what it is. I think a lot of it had to do with Nosferatu because that's a chunk of a book. We ended up reading 9 books. 9 this month, April, whatever. At the time that I'm recording this, it is May 1st, but you know, whatever. We had 9 books that I read physically, but also like read them tandem with audiobooks. I only had 1 book that I did not read with an audiobook, and 4 of those audiobooks came from Libby. My star ratings, we had 1 2.5 star. We had 1 3 star, 1 3.5 star. We had 3, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4.5 star books, 1 4.5, and I had 2 5-star reads this month. We'll talk about it. My genres, I'm so happy. Everything is turning up roses for April, which is kind of weird because mentally your girl was not doing well, but statistically, it looks like I was doing great. Horror is our #1 genre. I'm so excited. We have so far read 10 horror books this year, and we have read 9 fantasy books and 8 thriller books. So I like that. I like that like lineup. I'm not a big thriller girl, so I like that fantasy's above that. I do like fantasy and horror the most, so checks out. Also fits with the like spooky, cozy, whimsy nonsense of this channel. We did have 2 books that I DNF'd, but we didn't have any books that I started and didn't finish. So that's pretty good. So getting into the books that we read specifically, their ratings, blah, 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 let's go. So starting off with my Finish or Unhaul It episode 2 video, which I'll link up here. We started off with, unfortunately, spoiler alert, 2 DNFs. We started off with Cuckoo, and I just wasn't feeling it. I'm still not 100% certain if I'm going to get rid of this. Something in me is saying to go back to it, and maybe it just wasn't the right book at the time. So I don't know. You tell me, do you think I should finish this? Would y'all recommend finishing Cuckoo by Gretchen Felker Martin? If you've read it, is it worth it? We also read and DNF'd in that video, The Pallbearers Club by Paul Tremblay, which makes me so sad because I love Paul Tremblay, but this was not it for me. I picked this up because Books and Lala loves this book. This is her #1 book by Paul. This is my #0 book from Paul. I don't like this book at all. Not even a little bitty bit. I've liked everything I've read from him. This is not it. And that's just, I won't finish this. This is going to be unhauled. I can't. We also then read Sociopath, which was our first successful win of the month in April. I loved this book. This is a memoir about a woman, Patrick, and she is a sociopath. And it's just about her life and her diagnosis and her becoming a psychologist and trying to help other people who have a diagnosis of sociopath and how they can live normal lives just like the rest of us. They just need some extra guidance and help and support. I really enjoyed this. I thought this was a really good book, especially from the perspective of someone who is a sociopath. I I found this very interesting. I ended up giving this a 5-star. This was, not only was it the best book that I read this month, it was also the first book that I fully read this month. So that was pretty cool. The average rating for this on Fable is 3.75. So I'm definitely in the minority of thinking this is the best of the best, but I think it was really good. And then we also read and finished Nosferatu in that video. And this is by Joe Hill. Watch the video if you want to know like my in-depth thoughts on this book. I ended up giving it a 3.5 star. It wasn't bad. It wasn't good. It was weird and more sci-fi to me than it was horror. And there were some elements that were absolutely disgustingly horrifying. But other than that, like, you could tell that Joe Hill is Stephen King's son. You can 100% tell. This reads like a Stephen King book. And I don't think I liked that experience. So, you know. Anyway, I gave it 3.5 stars. The average rating is 4, so not far off from the average on Fable. Then the next 2 books we read were from my Rachel Harrison taste test video, which was a very huge success, and I absolutely loved it, so we will be doing more taste test videos in the future. In that Rachel Harrison vlog, we ended up reading her newest book, Play Nice. This was so good and so fun. I had a great time reading this. It was light enough, but like suspenseful enough at the same time that I didn't feel bogged down by reading this. I really enjoyed it. I ended up giving it 4.5 stars, and the average rating on Fable is 4 stars. So again, right there with the rest of the peeps. I thought this was really good. And then we had Rachel Harrison's Black Sheep that we also read. This one wasn't as good to me. It was still good though. This was a 4-star for me. The average rating for this is 3.75. So again, that checks out. Third video that we made in the month of April was my thriller reading vlog, where we got to see my best friend Kelly make a debut on the channel. So much fun. That was a great video. If you haven't watched it, you can watch it here. In that video, we read 3 different books. The first book we read was You Shouldn't Have Come Here by Geneva Rose. I guessed this so fast and so quickly. However, the way that this book ended, I don't know what it was, but I ate this up and I thought it was so good. It was a vibe and a feeling in the moment, and I gave it 5 stars. And I don't regret it. The average rating for this book is 3.25 stars. So not everybody loves it. I have heard that not a lot of people like Geneva's writing, which I'm surprised by, because I do like her writing, and I've liked most of her books that I've read so far. I need to read The Perfect Marriage. My friend Kelly told me that that was a really good one by her, so I need to read that one at some point, but yeah, that was my rating for that. And then we also read 5 Survive by Holly Jackson. This is the author who wrote A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and this was very interesting. In the ending, though, the ending, I wasn't loving. But I enjoyed it overall, and I gave it a 4-star. The average rating for this is 4 stars, so right on the money with the rest of the community. So there you go. And then the final book that we read in our thriller vlog was A Flicker in the Dark by Stacey Willingham. This was her debut novel. It was one of the best books of 2022 on Book of the Month, and I had recommended my friend Kelly to read it. She thought it was amazing, so I read it, and I gave it 4 stars. I did enjoy it. I thought it was good, interesting. I don't actually really remember a whole lot about it. Yes, I do. Now I do. I had to read this now. Take that for how you will. Anyway, I gave it 4 stars. Again, the average for this book is also 4 stars. And then the final books that I read for the Twisted Retreat episode 3 video were The Bog Wife. This was not a fun experience. I'll just say that much. I ended up giving this 2.5 stars. However, the average rating on Fable is 3.5 stars, so apparently somebody loves it. It's just not me. And then the final book that we read for April in the Twisted Retreat video was Wrecked. I had high hopes for this, and it didn't exactly deliver, but I did end up giving it 3 stars, so pretty average. The average rating, though, on Fable is 3.75 stars, which I was kind of shocked by. It seems like more people liked this than I did, which, hey, sure. And that is a wrap on the month of April. We are now officially moving into May, and I have a TBR for y'all. We're gonna be starting off this month with a taste test. So our first video will be this coming Wednesday, and that's gonna be the taste test video for reading Mason Cole or Coyle, however you pronounce that. And for that video, we'll be reading William and Exiles. I'm very excited to finally get to this. The last taste test video went really well and I really enjoyed it and I had such a great time. So I'm excited to get to both of these and get to read some interesting sci-fi AI horror. Sounds fun. And then this month, obviously being May, Mother's Day is this month. So I want to read books about moms and motherhood and make it spooky though, you know? So one of the books that I have physically is What Kind of Mother? I've had this for a while. This is by Clay McLeod Chapman, and I don't know, it just sounds really good. It sounds very gripping. Essentially, for this one, we're following a teen mom named Maddie who returns to her hometown in Virginia with her 17-year-old daughter with nothing to her name, and basically is going to become a palm reader in her town. And there she's going to read someone's palm and help, basically it seems like, solve a potential murder of a missing girl, I believe, from the town. So sounds very interesting, but it also deals with obviously motherhood and being a young mom, that sort of thing. So very excited for this one. And then the other books I don't have physically, so I'll be getting them from Libby. But the books that I'm planning to read for that, we've got Nestlings by Nat Cassidy. That's a potential option that I could read. We also have Beloved by Toni Morrison. Very interested to see if that's a good one. And then the other potential option is Rosemary's Baby. I've never read that. It's a classic horror. So those are some options that we have for reading in the Mother's Day video, and honestly, I'm just gonna play that one by vibes. So I don't know which one of those three we're gonna actually end up reading. If it's 2, 3, all of them, I don't know, but that's the plan for the Mother's Day's vlog, and that will go up on Mother's Day, which I think is really fun. The next video is gonna be my new releases video, and that will go up on the 17th, so the Sunday after Mother's Day. And for that video, we have 3 books, which, spoiler alert, I've already talked about in another video, but we've got For Human Use. I was supposed to read this in the last vlog for new releases, and I didn't get to it. So we're gonna get to it this time. This is gonna be priority 1. And then priority 2 for that video is going to be The Beheading Game. I'm very excited for this. This is like a historical lit fic. So very excited. We're following Anne Boleyn, and it just sounds really good. And then finally, we've got Molka. I've wanted to read this. Everyone's reading this right now. I'm very excited to read it and see if it's living up to some of the hype, because I'm also seeing some people are not loving it. So I'm interested to see what that's about and if I agree. And then I'm gonna try and do another mid-month video on Wednesday the 20th of May. And I wanna do a light and easy something. And so I was thinking about doing a like manga graphic novel video. I have quite a few that I have not read. So this is my lovely stack. I don't think we're gonna read all of these, but if I had to prioritize, I think I'm interested in reading the Junji Ito, Monster, and Sheets the most. Those 3 are the most intriguing to me at this current moment in time. But these are the 5 that we have potential. So there's also PTSD Radio and Lightfall. So we've got some options. Depending on how I'm feeling, we'll read 1, 2, 3, maybe all. I'm not sure. It's going to depend on how long it takes us to get through them, but very excited for this one. And then on the 24th, the next Sunday, we're going to be reading short stories. I'm so excited. I have a few short story books. We have a short story collection by Eric LaRocca, The Trees Grow Because I Bled There. I started this and I never finished it, so I feel like I could finish this in the video pretty easily. And then I also have a book that I borrowed from my sister called Revenge, and this is 11 Dark Tales by Yoko Ogawa. I'm very excited to see if I like this. She thinks I'm going to love this one, so I'm very excited to read that. And then I recently got A Short Stay in Hell. I've heard a lot of people really like this book. It's basically following a man who goes to his own personal hell, where it's basically a library and he has to find his book of death, I believe. It's obviously a short story, so Not very long, but very excited to see what the hype is for that one. And then finally, I have Mezzanine. This is a Books and Lala rec. She read this for her color vlog that she did, reading my color. And this was one of the books that was mentioned for her, but when she described it, it just sounded so interesting to me. Essentially, we're following this one character as they're going through their day, and there's like footnotes in here of like different histories about his like random thoughts that he's having throughout the day. It sounds maybe potentially boring to some people, but as a psych student, it sounds so intriguing to me. And then our final video of the month of May is going to be on the 31st of May, so the final Sunday of May, and that's our Twisted Retreat episode 4 video. We're blowing through these Twisted Retreat books a lot faster than I anticipated because I actually am reading 2 books at a time, and so we don't actually have that many left, which means we're actually going to get to run into, at some point, reading the books from my subscription from this year, which is really exciting. But for this video, I have planned to read At Dark I Become Loathsome. I have the audiobook for this on hold with Libby from my library, so definitely decided to go ahead and prioritize this. I already got the audiobook for it, so might as well. And then the other book that I'm really excited about reading is The Nightmare Man. A lot of people really like this, and I've seen a lot of people recommend it and think it's like one of the best horrors, so I want to read it, and I want to see if that's true, because after this last Twisted Retreat video, I could use a win, okay? And if this is a quick and easy one, I'm gonna go ahead and take it. So we've got both of these. I am kind of concerned about the Eric LaRocca because, as I've said, I started the short story collection by Eric LaRocca and I didn't really like it, which is why I never finished it. So I'm anxious to see if I'm actually gonna like this or not, but we'll find out together on the final video of May. So with that, that is my April wrap-up and my March TBR. March? May? I clearly don't know my month. It's been a long month. That's my April wrap-up and my May TBR. I hope that y'all are excited and you will join me for the month of May's awesome reading extravaganza. And if there's any books that y'all think I should maybe read instead of some of the ones I mentioned, definitely let me know in the comments. If there's books that I've read that you loved or didn't love, also let me know. I'm excited to see everything and read all the things. There's so many more books that I want to read, but I can only read so much in a day and in a month. So some things are just going to have to get pushed to the back burner, unfortunately, but we'll get to most of these in May. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for being here. If you like this video, don't forget to leave it a like. And if you're not subscribed, why not? What's that about? That seems very rude. I'm just saying, I didn't come up with those rules, but you should subscribe so that you don't look like a rude person. That's just my personal opinion. Anyway, thank you for subscribing. And I will see y'all on Wednesday for the next video. Bye.